I had to provide a little bit of context for this video because it got chaotic out there. The first thing that didn't go according to plan was we got up there. When I say we, I ended up hunting with the other tag holder and his son, and my buddy Joe came with me. We got up there and the goats weren't where we'd seen them on all the other scouting trips combined. So we didn't know what to do. Now some weather had moved through and we think it moved the goats around a little bit from where they'd been in the summer and the fall, the early fall. But they weren't there anymore. So we had sat there for a while, glassing the basin, looking for them. Didn't see anything, so we said, well, maybe we go up around the ridge and see if we can see them. That sounds easy, but in actuality, it's a very energy intensive exercise to get up to where this ridge was. So part of the way up there, I said, I think I need to save this energy for hunting later in the week. And the other guys were like, that's fine. We're going to keep going up and we're just going to take a peek and then we'll meet up with you. And Joe went with them. So I sat there on the trail and waited for a long time and I didn't hear from them or didn't see them coming back down. So finally I turned on my phone and I get a text from Joe that they'd actually shot a billy. So over this ridge they saw one and they went and got close enough to take a shot and they took the shot at it. Awesome experience for them. What stunk was that now I'm separated from them and I didn't know what to do, and light was starting to get low. We're starting to get to the end of the day, and so I said the safest thing for me to do is just go back to the vehicle because I didn't know where they were exactly, and then plus to get to them would have been a little bit tedious. So that was around 4 something that I got the text from Joe, and at 12:30 a.m. they got back to the vehicles with all the meat and the cape, and they were exhausted. So my whole idea to save energy by not going up to the ridge didn't really matter because there was nobody to hunt with me the next day. So we took a couple days off. The cool thing was the other guys said, hey, even though we got our billy, we're willing to go out with you and hunt later this week if you want to do that. I was like, that's awesome. Now, unfortunately, Joe couldn't join me. He has some stuff come up. But having 3 people was a pretty good situation for me. So we tried to figure out what we were going to do. They kind of gave me 2 options. They said, we can go back to where we were, where we've been scouting, and see if the goats are there, and they might be, and we can get it done that way. They're like, if they're not there though, we don't know what we can do, and they didn't have that many days to help me. So it was kind of a situation where I needed to make it happen while I had their assistance as quickly as possible. So the other scenario that they kind of threw out at me, they said, why don't we could possibly bike up the road and get to the top. And I said, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. But then he said, I got this e-bike my buddy loaned me, and if we can get a rental e-bike or something like that, and we can take some trailers up, we might be able to get up there without too much difficulty. It's still going to be hard, but it's not going to be tremendously difficult. And if we can get up there, there's probably a bunch of goats in that area, and we could get a goat and then it's downhill the whole way back, So I go, okay, that's not a bad idea. And lo and behold, I was able to get a e-bike from a friend that was selling one used that barely had been used at all. And I figured if I can buy that and then turn around and sell it, it's probably cheaper than renting it. And I really wanted to get it done, and I didn't want to be worrying about a rental bike and, returning it back and putting a trailer on it and all this stuff, and is it going to work and whatnot. Luckily, the bike I bought, the trailer, he had the other tag holder had 2 bike trailers, like those kiddie ones that you take your kids on a bike ride when they're little. He had 2 of those, and we put one of those on a manual bike, and then we put one on the e-bike the night I bought it, and we made sure that everything was compatible, everything worked great. And so the next morning we headed up the road. And on these bikes, now one of them was manual, and we kind of took turns walking. We would walk the bikes at times. the e-bike that didn't have a trailer, he would use that to pull the manual bike at times with the empty trailer. And then my bike was an e-bike with a trailer on it, but it had the 3 backpacks in it. So, and my rifle. So it was pretty heavy, and it's an incline the whole way. So I did not make it the whole way without running out of battery. I ended up running out somewhere close to the top. But so we had walked a bunch, and it's like a pedal assist, so you're still pedaling. And so it was an exhausting ride to get to the top of this mountain. But once we got up there, we saw a couple goats in a meadow, and sadly, as you'll see in the video, I line up to take a shot, I miss. I go to take another shot, I miss, and I'm getting really frustrated. And luckily, some more goats show up, and I line up to take another shot on those, and I'm in a perfect situation with that one. I got my rifle on a rock, and on a pack on a rock, and it's just steady as can be, and I miss on that one. And it's at this point that I start to realize that something happened with my rifle. And I remembered Monday, it fell over and hit the ground really hard. And it's all rock, up where we were. So on that opening day of season, it fell off my pack and it hit the ground really hard. Nothing was physically loose, but I'm guessing it knocked off the alignment of my scope. So I gotta go figure that out at some point. But at this point, I'm going, what do? I'm 11 or 12 miles into this hunt, and my rifle's not usable. Luckily, I had my sidearm, and my sidearm is legal to hunt with in Colorado. So the next task was to find a goat close enough that I could shoot it with my pistol. And so we made our way to the very top of this mountain. We're at 14,000 feet. We see two separate. There's 2 goats on the right side. There's 2 goats on the left side. The left side, it was a nanny and a kid. And the other side, it was 2 nannies. So I said, let's go for these 2. And plus, we were able to get pretty close to them. And they were starting to get away from us because we were getting a little too close. And one of them dropped down, and then the other one was getting ready to follow, and that's when I shot her. I hit her a little bit high, but she was on the move, and I was kind of rushing it. And but it was able to seal the deal for me. She went down into some rocks, some boulders, and it was kind of treacherous where she was. We tried to carry her up to a better spot to do the quartering and caping and all that stuff, but it was too awkward to try to carry her because these boulders are so big out there. So I ended up just doing it where she ended up expiring, and we got it done, and we rode out, and end to end from when I pulled the trigger to where we got to the cars, it was about 4 hours, which isn't bad at all. So much better than the 8.5 hour ordeal that they had to hike over the ridge with all that meat and hike out. And so it didn't go according to the plan that I had. I didn't get the billy that I've been after, but I did get it done. And thankfully, it was to the good ideas from the other hunter and his son. Joe wasn't there, but he was with me in spirit, and he did an awesome job helping them get their meat out. So I'm super grateful for this group of guys I got to hunt with, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for sticking around through this long explanation of what's going on. All right, well, Joe and I and a couple others are at it today. This is the first day of goat season. And we're making our way up. So just a little bit of snow. The ground's frozen. But otherwise, it's going to be a gorgeous day. We'll see where the goats are when we get up there. But looking forward to getting up and seeing whatever we got to deal with. And then we'll come up with a plan on how we're going to approach the situation. So we just got done with the downhill part of the beginning of the hike, and the rest is going to be uphill. So let the fun begin. You pumped, dude? Pumped. We're going to get a goat. And we're hunting with the other tag holder. At least we're starting out hiking. We may split up later. We got to figure out a plan once we know what's going on. So we shall see. All right, so we got 4 moose down in that meadow right there.
It's 2 cows and 2 bulls.
Pretty awesome. I'll try to zoom in, but I'm on my phone, so no promises how good the quality is going to be. I think 3 bulls maybe, or maybe that one's a cow on the far left. But that's awesome. That's a big bull though in the bottom left. That's awesome. So believe it or not, down in the basin there's two moose. These are different than the other ones we saw. So that's.
In relation to the pond, where?
You
mean the pond over. I see.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So they're kind of down there in the center. I'll probably just switch to my phone so it's visible, but it's crazy. Oh, of course, we're hunting for something else. So
yeah,
what do we see? Moose.
Yeah, exactly.
Check them out.
So there's the 2 moose on the ridge there.
So where were you saying the mountain goat was?
See that rock straight across? It's like a diamond. Straight up from the moose.
Square.
Just up to the
Square
left.
behind the diamond angle.
Oh, straight up from the moose, you're seeing a goat?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
that's where we saw them.
Oh yeah, I was talking about 2 days ago. Yeah, there they go. Can't believe there's moose all the way up in that basin.
Yeah.
There's the moose going down into the willows. Yeah, no kidding. He just had a good place to get a moose tag. It surely is. These are the 5th and 6th moose we've seen today. And of course, no goats yet. But well, they got the right idea. That plane came right by us. So we've been out here all day and the goats are nowhere to be found. That's called hunting. You think that's CPW?
No. It'd be funny if it was though.
Oh, he came right around this corner here. I couldn't get the GoPro fast enough until he was right next to us. That's pretty close. Not often you see planes flying at your elevation that you're hiking. All right, well, we've been at it all day looking for goats. The other 3 guys decided to go up over to the top of the peak and pop over the ridge to see if they could see anything. That made me a little bit concerned just because I figured I gotta have enough energy to last the week until whenever I find a goat. So I was kind of a little worried about burning so much energy to get over that peak. So I don't know what the right idea, if that was a good move or not, but now I'm just sitting here kind of glassing out at this expanse over here, seeing if anything pops up. The only goat we saw today was at the top of that ridge, the very top, and he popped over for a second and then just flipped right back. And that was hours ago, and that's not in a reachable area anyway, so that doesn't give us much hope at this point. But you know, the way today's going compared to the scouting trips, it just kind of makes me laugh. And you know, that's hunting, I get it. It's just ironic how the minute your season opens, the animals are nowhere to be found. So that being said, there was a big storm that came through over the weekend, so that probably influenced them. We thought it'd push them down, not up, but yeah, no idea. So yeah, still pretty cool to be out here. Anxious to see when the other guys come down, see if they saw anything. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I just got a text from Joe. After they went over the ridge, they spotted one, and they went and followed it, and they actually shot it. And I didn't have it in me to go back over that ridge, so I'm kind of hiking around down here, just checking things out. But I'm happy for the other guy, but at the same time, I'm like, man, it's a sucker punch, you know? Just the way we've been seeing them, and then now they're up so high, which is just, to me, that's crazy. Now, I don't understand goat behavior, but the goats being high like that when it gets colder just kind of baffles me. I think they'd want to get someplace warmer, but what do I know? So yeah, anyhow, I'm super happy for the other guy. That's awesome. I'm glad he got it. They got some work ahead of them. I think Joe's gonna hang back with them and try to provide some assistance. But you know, I gotta save my energy because I gotta keep hunting. So, what a crazy turn of events, but it's kind of cool too. So, I'm the only tag holder left. So, whatever happens from now on is up to me. So, all right. Well, we'll keep at it. Thanks. All right. So Glenn's got a full cape of his goat, and they carried it all the way off the top of that mountain. It doesn't get any tougher than that. Holy cow. Wow.
Let me take a peek at that.
That's awesome.
It's a lot worse. That's sharp too.
Wow.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for getting us out. You were talking, it was goat revenge up there, man. It was terrible.
You mean revenge of the goat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So I got a moose blocking me here. I'm just gonna go around. He's licking the salt off the guardrail. Oh my gosh. He's a young bull. But yeah. All right, so this is the ride. We just need bungee cords, right?
Bungee cords in the back of the truck.
Hopefully we can make it to the top and find ourselves a goat. Well, this just might be crazy enough to work. All right. We're getting up there, slowly but surely. And look at that view. Pretty cool. Well, we're making our way up.
What's it say on there, mileage-wise, Monty?
Nice little pond down there. The day's warming up. We can smell a little smoke. So there's got to be a fire burning somewhere, right? But we're almost there. We just got to keep chugging along. Any words of wisdom?
Let's get a goat.
Let's get a goat. The coming down is going to be the fun part. I think I should just do it, but they're going down. I don't mind pushing them down though.
Closer to the bikes.
Oh, she's peeing.
Maybe.
She's peeing. Should I shoot her while she's peeing? I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's a good shot right there. Did I hit her?
Lap. It sounded like you did. I don't think so.
Dadgummit.
Let's go down to the spot.
Huh?
You gotta see if there's one.
Yeah. Dadgummit. All right. I think the front would be the better shot right now. Did I get her? Good grief, I was holding right on. Is my rifle jacked up? I don't want to screw up the cape though, either.
As long as you exhale and...
Well, this is as steady as it's been.
Right there.
Yep. Did it miss? How the? I mean, I'm right on. Like, no, there's no, I mean, I couldn't have been more on. Oh, there she is. All right, here we go, guys. All right, I got her high. I got her high, but I hit her, which is better than I've done all day. Well, we've been working hard for the last few hours, but we're gonna get out of here in the daylight. We rode all the way up to the top of the mountain. We got this nice nanny. Nice because I don't have to be hunting anymore, because being up this high takes a toll on you. So I'm pretty excited. I'll see if I can post some more stuff, maybe photos and stuff, but appreciate you watching. Take it easy. So we're coming down with all of our meat and our gear, and we're riding down, and there's 4 goats right over there on that little ridge. So pretty cool. All right, there's some bighorn on the road here. As I'm riding down. A few ewes and a young one. That's so cool. Some more over the edge.